come here for no lonely night. We ain't looking for no shallow tide. Ulterior motives just put aside. Appreciation we've been trying to find. We've been trying to find. We've been trying to find. So come and have this drink beside me. Let's open up, girl, speak your mind. I just wanna have a conversation. No obligation. Show me vulnerable. Show me vulnerable. No obligation. Show me vulnerable. Show me vulnerable. Yeah. Let's not come off too impressed. How about we just do our best to express what we're thinking? Don't even know your name, but the way you're touching me is telling me it's gonna change. Like, telling me it's gonna change. Like, we've been trying to find. So come and have this drink beside me. Let's open up, go speak your mind. I just wanna have a conversation. No obligation. Show me vulnerable. Show me vulnerable. No obligation. Show me vulnerable. So come and have this drink beside me. Let's open up, go speak your mind. I just wanna have a conversation. No obligation. Show me vulnerable. Show me vulnerable. Yeah.
How is everybody doing today? Thank you for checking out my channel. My name is Jonathan, and this is day 95 of me getting my health and wellness under control. It is weigh-in Wednesday, so I am going to hurry up and weigh in on the scale I have next to me here. So let me get that done. We will all see what I'm at for my Wednesday weigh-in. If any of you guys have any non-scale victories you want to share, that would be great. Were there 2 links for this video? There might have been one early this morning when I created at the wrong time, and then I edited. Oh, I know what happened. I didn't load up the one I had. Right. So, yeah, I'm going to stay in this one now. Hopefully, Carrie figures it out. I made a mistake because I just started this. So, some of my settings might not be correct. I didn't start it on the right template, I suppose. But everything should be fine. So, I missed all that chat that you guys had in the other link. So, I'm sorry about that. But let me hurry up and get the weigh-in done. All right, so the weight there is 392.6. If you can't see that, I'm going to put my shoes on real quick. Give me a second. All right, so it just looks like she's not going to be able to chat. That's fine. I knew that was probably going to be the case today. We have a lot of stuff to do. uh, around the house. So that is not a surprise. Like I said, today is day 95 of my since November 1st when I started getting my health and everything under control, which got me kind of messing around and looking to see what day 120 was going to be. Just kind of looking out there, and my day 120 will actually be on March 1st. It'll be on the 1st of March, which uh, I was kind of thinking about. I might make that kind of the goal date for the fast I do in March. So I might fast like the second half of March. It just depends on. Um, I'm looking at the wrong month here on the calendar, but yeah, March 1st is a Monday. So it would put me at 120 days on that day. So I'm gonna fast at the end of February, or I'm sorry, yeah, the second half of February here. So it's probably gonna start around the 17th or 18th, and I will fast until the end of the month. The 17th is a Wednesday. Yeah. So, why am I looking at the wrong? I'm looking at. I got. I'm a month off here somewhere. I was talking about fasting in February. It would be 17th. Would be 2 weeks from today. If I fasted for 12 days, that would give me to the. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So if anybody is interested in joining for that fast, I would recommend trying to wean off of any caffeine or sugar, anything that kind of has addictive properties to it. I'm gonna close out that, but because that's gonna help the fast a lot, and that's what I'm really excited about with this fast is uh, going into it without having the sugar addiction and the caffeine addiction and all of the other addictions I had going in. Crow's checking in. Hey, Crow, how's it going? Been a while since you've been here. I hope everything is going well with you. I just weighed in here if you didn't see it, and I wrote it down, but it was 392.6. So let me update that on here, and we can kind of crunch some of those numbers on where I was and where I am now. So the weight I was 394.2. And we are now 1.6 difference. Is that the right math in my head there? I'll double check it. But this was also not from Wednesday to Wednesday. This is from Friday's weigh in to today. So it was 394.2 and it's 6. Yeah, 1.6 is what it is now, which is um a total weight loss since I started this whole thing here. 6 of 127.2 pounds. So I'm almost to 130 pounds, which is great. Um, the This all closed up here. I'm close to 130. I'm gonna get the next couple weeks here. I'm gonna see how much I get off, and then, like I said, probably push and do an extended fast through the last half of February. I mean, if I feel good at that point, I may keep going, but I'm gonna try to do at least a 7 day fast, like I said before. That way, I can go into the fast feeling, or go into the fast without being addicted to all those things that I didn't think about when I went into the last fast. And a lot of those things are gonna cause the headaches and the diarrhea and just kind of a lot of the effects that you have when you withdraw from anything. Um, and so, like, if anybody has any questions on any of that stuff, let me know. Again, it is Wednesday. If anybody did weigh in and wants to share what their weight is, let me know, whether it's live or if you're watching this after the fact. And even if you don't weigh in Wednesday, if your schedule is to weigh in on Friday, if you want to wait till this Friday weigh in and then come back and make a comment on this video on Wednesday, I'll see it, and then it's something where I can talk about it in my stream, or something that I can talk about next Wednesday. I'll list off the people that had their weigh-in successes in the past. So I'd love to hear how you guys are doing on the scale. But I also want to know how you're doing off the scale and your non-scale victories. And for me, I feel like I kind of had a non-scale victory. I've been going on about my toe, and now that I'm thought about it today, and I feel like maybe I did notice this before. I don't know if it was before on the stream or before, but the way my office is set up, I do have a nice desk in front of me, but I don't like sit at it like as a traditional desk. If I did, I'd be like way over. Well, I mean, obviously the camera and stuff, but I'd be like straight on to the desk here, um, and my feet would be in a normal position. But with the way I have my monitor and my setup is that I kind of sit with my right leg in underneath the desk and my left leg out of the so what I'm talking about this for is because the way I sit in my chair is very similar to like the way a catcher sits when he is catching a ball. Obviously not that squatted down. I'm up higher, but I'm in a chair. But then what I do, I noticed it today because my toe started hurting, but is I have my right foot is in a position where my ankle is up off the ground, and all of the pressure of my foot is on my big toe, like the spot where I've been saying has been hurting me. And so I think that might be where this continued soreness is coming from with that toe, is because when I sit here, my left foot is usually like, with my left foot I stretch it out, and almost I don't have any weight on my left foot, or if I do, it's on the heel of my left foot, whereas with my right foot, all of my weight is right on my big toe. And so today, once I noticed that, I really tried to make a conscious effort to not have my weight on the foot, and I have caught myself a few times that with that. The With my diet, everything has been going really well with the diet. I just finished that second book, the Eat to Live, and they talk a lot about salads in that book, and something that we are finding, and that Dr. Furman talks about in, maybe not so much in that other book, but I've seen him talk about in other places, is that uh, there's so many options out there for salad dressing that you don't have to use uh, oils and stuff to make salad dressings. You can use seeds and nuts to make the salad dressings. And Carrie had made one yesterday that was really sweet. It was a very good salad dressing, and it was a completely different salad dressing than she had made 2 days ago or 3 days ago. And none of them really took a lot of effort. I don't think that there's not much of a shelf life, I think, from it, but uh, I'm eating the same thing. I'm eating a bowl of spinach and cabbage and carrots and corn, but by changing the flavor with the salad dressing, it just made it so much better. Or it makes salad a better, it makes it more interesting to eat. It doesn't get boring and it doesn't get bland. And then another thing I came across um, on was Dr. Milton Mills, and I got a couple people checking in here. So Carrie is checking in. She's about 42 pounds down since she started, which I'm not sure how many days it is now, but it's she's been actually kind of working at that as long as I have here been doing what I've been doing. So that's awesome. Really, it's an awesome job that she's been doing. I, been telling her that her clothes definitely do look like they're fitting better. And then Bolt's checking in. He said he started on December 28th, he was 268.75. And today, which is a month and 5 or 6 or whatever, a month and a week later, you're at 252.7 now. So that is down 16 pounds in the past month, which is awesome. I mean, that is probably um, as much weight as you had lost in the month prior, I imagine. I'm not sure what you were doing prior to that, but your non-scale victories for today have been tracking your nutrition, improving your supplements, and improving on your cooking skills. Yes, that is something that we are finding is helping us a lot. Is that it's not necessarily that we didn't know how to cook uh, the way we were eating. It's that we didn't know how to cook the way that we're eating now. We didn't. Yeah. So we had to learn how to cook, and it makes a really big difference when you can start preparing your own foods and you're not relying on fast foods, things like that. Cronin is checking in. He said he saw my post on Reddit. He has had his own struggles. He was up at 485. He got down to four. I'm sorry. He was up at 585. He dropped 100 pounds, got to 485, and he's back up to 554. The and then you said you just got to get back in the right mindset, and absolutely. And I said it in some of the other videos. If there's other things that you can maybe try to get control of, that will help. If you can something that maybe doesn't seem so daunting, like trying to lose the weight you have to lose from 545 pounds. I've mentioned in the past that it was taking care of my hair, a little bit about my hygiene, just kind of picking up on that stuff. I started waking up early in the morning, just starting my day uh, earlier than I was before. And so those little things helped. And then as far as the diet, uh, with anybody that's overweight, I feel like putting your diet in some sort of constraint is going to help, whether it is that I only eat at meals and I eat my meals at these times, or you have a eating window that you eat at there. Um, and then Bolt, let's see, Crow's checking in as well. He said he's gained some and he's trying to find that mindset again. And yeah, it's it's the it's tough because to make these big changes, it's really tough to have the motivation to do something when you don't have a crisis moment or something that just is like you went to the doctor and he tells you you only have 2 months to live. Then you're like, well, oh my God, I got to do something. Um, it's tough to find the motivation. And then when you do like what happened to you, Trona, when you lost 100 pounds, and I'm 125 down, I feel like I could take on the world, but I know I'm still 395 pounds. And so it is something where I have to keep that kind of ego in check that I'm confident or I get cocky that I've beaten the food and I haven't beaten the food for sure. I don't think truly it's kind of a joke that me and my dad had about driving, but I spent 38 years that other way, and until I spend 38 years this way, I'm not, I can't be certain that I'm past it or I've gotten over it. Um, and then Bolt says, "Don't quit trying until that miracle happens. We're here to support you." Absolutely. The and it's very this time has worked out really well for me. And I've by doing this accountability, that really is what probably helped me the most. Having to or knowing that I was going to come here and check in with you guys and have to explain how things are going with me, and so that is also why I do like that Discord, because it does give maybe a little bit more private place for people to share things versus doing it on YouTube, even though not like there's a ton of people here either. But But and then we're also trying to share, what's working for us over there. Um, and so just keep at it, guys. And if even if you only got to be doing good 4 out of 7 days. I mean, you can't be doing awful the other three, but you got to be doing good more than 50% of the time. You have to, or do better than you're doing. Um, and then just get a few days in a row, and then just keep the snowball going and keep it going for as long as you can. Um, but yeah, before with the check-ins, I started talking about Dr. Milton Mills, and he is definitely talks about whole food plant based. He talks about a lot of the genetic and physiological things that people just like how we evolve, which I very much I like that aspect of it because I feel like we evolved one way or we evolved to eat a certain way, and then uh, in the last 100 years we've been able to just take control of food in a way that was never done obviously before on this planet, and then maybe some corporations started spending money um, spending money to advertise that we eat some of the crap food that they want to sell us. But some of the things he talks about is that uh, he says that we strive for fruits and vegetables, and he kind of talks about how fruits and vegetables, like a lot of fruits are hand sized, and you can eat them with your hand, and they're firm. And what he talks about is that like if we can just pick a fruit off a tree and eat it, like if I had an apple tree in my yard, I could grab the apple and I could eat it, and it would be fine. And but so if meat was something that we were designed to eat a lot of or every day, then we could just eat raw meat. Like our body would be designed that if for 500,000 years we were able to eat meat that was raw or cooked bad, because uh, one of the things they said is that every year thousands of people get hospitalized on Thanksgiving because they don't cook the turkey right, and they're using $1,000 oven that's cooking it at an exact temperature, and they still screw it up. So imagine being around 35,000 years ago and trying to cook a turkey right, and if you got it wrong, it would kill you. Like whereas carnivores have protective biology that keep that they could eat that turkey and it wouldn't make them sick because of their biology. But so he also talks about how we take meat and we actually turn it into fruit. We take a meat because um, if we preferred meat, we'd be able to eat it raw, and then like we take it, and so we take the piece of meat and we cut it down into a hand size portion, and then we cook it so it's firm so we can eat it and it's not slimy and bloody, and then we cover it in plants to make it taste like garlic and taste like the herbs and all the stuff that you put on to season chicken and beef and things like that. So um if we don't season anything, we don't take our fruit and sprinkle meat seasoning on our fruit to make it taste like meat. uh and then he also talks about that we're so instinctively drawn to the smell of plants and good plants, like that is what our nose is designed for, that that we're so instinctively drawn to it that all of the perfume manufacturers use fruits and vegetable smells to attract other people. They don't use, when was the last time somebody said, "Oh, I love your perfume. It smells like chicken." But you would smell somebody's perfume and you'd be like, "Oh, the floral smell of that is so nice," because that represents life to us. And then their eyes are designed to see the colors because that's important to see the right fruit. So, um, so yeah, I watched or I didn't watch, but I listened to an interview with that Dr. Milton Mills, and I really liked what he talked about. He talked about how we're not designed to drink cow's milk because cow's milk, like it has the same amount of fat as human milk has, but it has twice as much protein because protein is needed to help promote growth, and baby cows grow very fast, whereas human breast milk has twice as much sugar in it than cow's milk because humans don't need to grow as fast and the sugar is more important. And so um and then and Bolt said, yeah, he said we can eat raw meat. There are many raw meat eaters on YouTube. Months old rotten meat is good for the digestion. And there is some there. I've said it before. I think there is in our biology. It, we have it to eat meat, or else people wouldn't have been eating meat for we wouldn't have such meat predominant diets. But I feel like that it wouldn't have been our first choice. And also what Dr. Milton Mills talks about is that the the chances of us getting a kill is limited without having the tools that we have today. If you were to just drop me into the wilderness and say go kill an animal, it would be a while before I came back with an animal because I'd have to make the tools to trap or to do something, and I'd have to learn all that because I don't know any of it. And then the and when there is no food available, the going for meat, I believe, is definitely something we would have done, and I think that is probably why meat was probably eaten more by uh, places that had or cultures that didn't have an abundance of um and then the pro says that little cow's milk calf growth syndrome or serum growth serum uh the uh so yeah, that was kind of what he talks about, that uh our teeth structure, and that our jawbone hinges above the jawline is uh, similar to what herbivores are, and then that our molars aren't like shaped like your dog's, like a razor. They close and open differently because of where the hinge is, and so but yeah, and so that was the big things there with the diet. Most plants have toxins that will make you sick. Trying to find a wild edible plant versus throwing a rock at an animal could be equally difficult. Yeah, I think that there's it's I don't know, like it's funny because like when I think of eating fruits and vegetables, I do think of berries and things like that. But um we're eating a lot of greens, which with where we live now, there's everybody has grass in their yard, but I don't know, and I know I looked it up a while back, like what they ate in whatever prehistorically. Um, and there's some sprouts and things like that. I think that you know, it's just something where it's tough to know how anything was prior to the written history. Um, so they just have to look at things. And one of the things he talks about too is that the people that studied the old bones, or that were the first ones that wrote about um, historic places, those people were all anthropologists and they weren't doctors. And so they come to a different result than a doctor would who examined that same place. It might have been years and years later, or that anthropologist finding might have already been released and become public kind of consciousness before a scientist actually looked at the data and said, well, it might actually be. Um, and then the yeah, and then yeah, I mean the just like I said, it's tough to know how we ate when we're not there, but we know what's available in front of us now. And um I think the biggest takeaway I would say is don't go to fast food anymore. I want to develop like a 1-800 bets off, or contact the credit card company so the debit cards don't fast food place. Um, so the I'm gonna be back on tomorrow, but I will not be on Friday, and then I will be back in on Monday. We'll do another weigh-in next Wednesday. I'm gonna try to do kind of uh, Wednesday weigh-in Wednesday. I think that's a good day. It's midweek, lots less chance of me having something interfere with it. It's not 100% that I wouldn't have something interfere with it. If you guys are checking out this video and you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. Hit the like on the video. That helps, helps make organic growth happen, or people see my videos randomly on the internet. The Gotta find out. I don't even know what I'm having for dinner, but I'm definitely gonna get something salad in. I have been craving heavy. For my wife finished my salad last night when I had to leave the house. I had fun. So yeah, Instagram at Fosting. The first comment was the Discord link. It'll be active for 24 hours. I'm gonna probably have to go through and I know I have a link in the description, but that's not gonna work. So it's the first comment in the chat. It works 24 hours. If you are checking this out later and any of the links don't work, don't hesitate to message me and I'll get you the link and you can join the group.